favourite people in the world because you are here, and welcome to a very special Christmas Eve edition of the Thursday show. That's right, I'm sitting here wearing a hat like a tit to celebrate the birth of a man that I don't believe in. But we are very pleased that you are all here, and I'm going to stop talking about Santa now because it is not only my show, it is a show full of guests, and what brilliant guests we have this evening for you to wish you a Merry Christmas and say bon voyage to a terrible year. But it's not just me on my own introducing people. So without further ado, let's introduce the man who is the sherry to my mince pie. He is the wonderful Jay Suttergaard. He's that way. He's that way.
Yes, I'm that way, this way, wherever it is. Bless you. There you
It's very disorientating, isn't it?
I
How
know.
are you? Are you excited about Christmas?
I am. It gets even worse. It's that way. Oh, we should sack the producer. We should sack the producer. We really fuck off. There you go. Bless. So anyway, my dyslexia has kicked in, and I think you are that way. Look, I got it right. There you go. Cool. But how are you, Dave? How are you? We missed you last week.
Sorry?
We missed you last week.
I very much missed you. It sounded like it was a much better show though without me. It was. I mean, that is just absolutely guaranteed. I think though we're going to try and top it tonight because I think we've got a brilliant show.
Oh yeah. I was just wondering if you'd got your P45 through the post yet. Probably because it's Christmas, you'll probably get it in the new year. But no worries.
I don't get paid.
If LJ's out there, see you next week. Now. I'm joking. It's lovely. It's Christmas and so on and so forth. The kids broke up with their Christmas holidays, and it was very awkward in the car on the last day home. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I picked my girls up at 1:30. My eldest is 10 years old. Okay, she got into the car. She was very quiet. Okay, very weird. She's very quiet. Okay, so I was driving along, and I go onto a motorway. All right. And I ask her, babe, why are you so quiet? Did something happen at school? And then my daughter said something that I was not expecting. She then said, Daddy, have you and Mummy had sexual intercourse? Right. I'm at 70 miles an hour at this point. Okay. Okay. They teach sex ed at this age. So I'm like, no, babe, I got you shaggy dog stories. This is as close to a shaggy dog one you got. I told my daughters, no, I got you from Aldi and the other one from Lidl. It was in the pound aisle. It was cheap. I've got the receipt. I can return you, right? But they're too old now. Now, like, my daughter goes, have you seen Mummy naked? And I didn't know what to say. And then she said, has she seen you naked? Ooh, that's disgusting. I'm traveling at 70 miles an hour at this point, right? I'm sitting there going, quick, let this conversation end right now. Quick, where's the nearest McDonald's? Let's take her down there, get an apple pie, just keep it all quiet and everything. Anyway, she then starts to go, when I said, oh, I got you from Aldi, I got the other one from Lidl, she goes, is that where you got your condoms from? Is that why Mummy was pregnant? I was like, wow. Now, in my life, I've been taught sex education twice, okay? Once by my sex education teacher at school, and secondly by my daughter a week ago. So it's been a very interesting week. Every time I walk past her, she's like, and it's like, I'm like, wow, Christmas is going to be. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here. I really am. So at least I'm taking awkwardness. I think this is what childhood obesity has kicked off, because like all the parents just go, feed the kids, don't talk to them, just go for it, eat whatever you have to, whatever it is. But yeah, so it's been a very, very, very awkward week so far. But you know, it's been okay so far.
What an incredible week. I mean, you might have been traveling at 70 miles an hour then. I think you're traveling at 120 miles an hour now. I mean, I love that. Bam! Straight into that story. How are you? Right. Let's talk about me and cocksure relationships with my lady woman wife. That's So you didn't go any further, did you?
No. I found a McDonald's before then and got an apple pie. My wife doesn't know yet. My daughter hasn't said anything. So she might watch this show and then you might even hear her shouting me as we're doing the show. Jay, what have you told the kids?
Well, my friends, everyone that's watching, don't forget you can donate to Jay's Divorce Fund. It is free to watch. It is not free to make. So there it is. You can donate. It is paypal.me/freefest online. All of the donations go back to making the show bigger, better, and producing stuff for you, because the little free festival up here was set up to keep it. I really can't do. I'm very bad. This is really bad. Free festival was set up to keep it affordable for you. So if you can afford, then please dig deep. And a huge thank you to Kirsty Shields, Richard Williams, Teresa, Helen, all of you watching around the globe. Don't forget that you can get in touch on our little comments on Facebook. You can give us a like while you're there. If you really enjoy it, give us a share and spread the word and spread the love. Now, possibly talking about his sexual relationships with his wife. Who knows? It is our other co-host. He is the holly between our ivies. It is the wonderful Vladimir McTavish.
Yes, good evening. Good evening to everyone, one and all. A particular good morning to Christy Shields out there in Melbourne. Merry Christmas, Christy. You're actually watching us in Christmas morning, and that's very impressive. I have not had sexual intercourse with my wife since I got this elf costume.
I would.
This is the best contraceptive you could possibly get. Dress as an elf.
Can we see your arms? Because it's like a short sleeve one as well, isn't it?
Short sleeve, yeah. I picked the coldest day of the year to wear a short sleeve elf costume in my attic.
This is what happens if the elves do crack. That's what you get.
Yeah, I know. It's my concession to Christmas. Because let's face it, lockdown Christmas. Like if we were not in lockdown, I can guarantee I would not fucking be dressed like this. It does ring. The heart rings. It gets a little. Fucking hell, you know. This is the future. I got this a couple of years ago, actually. In fact, my wife bought it for me, and we have got a younger nephew and niece. They're kind of like 10 and 12 now, but yeah. So, like when I got this, they were about 8 and 10, and we decided they came up from down south and stayed with us for Christmas, and we thought it would be very entertaining for the kids if I dressed as an elf all day, and they were totally unimpressed. They just said, "Oh shit!" But here we are. Yes, it is lockdown. There's a lockdown Christmas special. I don't know how many people are actually getting out and about at Christmas. We're staying put here in sunny, very, very cold Edinburgh. People are still travelling. However, the weather in Scotland has been pretty extreme. There is a warning we might get snow. And anyone travelling in Scotland, motorists are advised that they are driving to just pay special attention to the overhead motorway severe weather warnings. They may have one. Bridge, glorious spot, man. That is how we convey weather in this country. The weather forecast is usually quite entertaining, especially the late night one. We've got a cold front coming into the east. It's going to be fucking shite. It's going to be a cunt of a day tomorrow. I actually quite enjoy being at home. I tell you, I really feel sorry for these poor guys stuck in trucks. What a terrible way to spend Christmas, stuck in the cab of your own lorry without a toilet. And it seems that the tailbacks on the M20 are still carrying on, even though the French have opened the border. Because, we had a closed border with France, and obviously the reason the French closed the border with the UK was due to the outbreak of a severe, very nasty strain of the virus they think came from the London area. We've got a picture of it there. Eh? The man whose face says virus, isn't it? You would never get tired of throwing darts at that picture, would you? Anyway, yes. Look, folks, have a great Christmas if you're watching in from home or you're watching in from wherever you've travelled to. The Scottish Government are advising us not to leave the country and advising people not to come into the country. However, some people are travelling to Scotland, and if they are, they're guaranteed the warmest Scottish welcome. There you go. Yes, we've been busy since lockdown in this country. Merry Christmas, folks.
I love that. I mean, one of the things I did think that I don't want to sound like a proper snowflake here, but I'm surprised that they haven't banned that song "Driving Home for Christmas," because if you are a lorry driver stuck on the M20, that is a kick in the teeth. That song, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think this year people are so depressed that they're going to be watching the EastEnders omnibus just to sort of get a little bit of a. And also, that's before you even say, you know that like the Coca-Cola advert that's the lorry driving over. That just looks depressing now this year. He's going to be stuck in fucking Kent.
Well, the amazing thing about it, I'm getting my here we are. Right. Oh no, that way. I think the amazing thing about it is the fact that Boris Johnson was quite pleased the fact we've got provision in place for this to happen. Provision in place. Because let's face it, I mean, this happened because of an outbreak of the virus, but basically, this is probably going to happen in a week's time as an outbreak of government policy. Go to the bloody lorry parks in Kent. They've been getting ready for crashing out of Europe for the last 4.5 years.
Well, I find it so funny that because of this strain and the reason that France have closed the border, there's obviously a travel embargo on, I think it's over 50 countries now. So people from different countries can't come to the UK, including Jamaica, Switzerland, and Mauritius. And it just makes you wonder who from those countries wants to come to the UK to spend their Christmas indoors watching drizzle. Like, I don't know. Who's coming from Mauritius to the UK? Oh, they do a lovely Christmas up in Coventry.
Yeah, I just fuck these beaches. I'd much rather go to a drizzly wet country with the highest death rate from COVID in Europe.
But also, Boris, go on, Jay.
It's also the same the other way around. I would love to leave. That's all I'm saying. I love a beach. My parents made the wrong decision to come here. It's like, why am I here? There's like sunshine and everything. But now I'm here. But yes, go on.
To add insult to injury, I don't know if you've seen the story that Boris Johnson and Carrie Symonds are joining this campaign to tackle loneliness by calling people on Christmas Day. And you think, if the great British public haven't suffered enough, imagine getting a call from that ball bag on your Christmas morning. I mean, that's horrendous. Yeah, Vlad looks genuinely angry. That's the most angry I've ever seen you.
I'm speechless. And not only that, is that going to be before or after he knocks her about a bit on Christmas Day? Give her a slap, then phone somebody up.
I love the fact that as soon as you mentioned Boris Johnson and Carrie Symonds, a police siren could just be heard as it's going by.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, perfect timing.
Yeah, neighbours have phoned again and complained about the fight.
Well, my story of the
She
week.
must be pregnant again. She must be pregnant.
My story of the week that I absolutely love is for anyone that's looking for a little bit of optimism for 2021. A psychic who uses asparagus to see into the future has predicted that Prince Harry is going to return to the UK next year, unaccompanied by his wife Meghan. This is a woman called Jemima Packington. She's 64. She's the world's only asparamancer. And she said that apparently she threw, basically how they do it is they throw the asparagus in the air, how it lands spells out stuff. It only landed spelling the letter H, not M, which means apparently in asparagus speech, Harry and Meghan are.
All right.
Yeah.
I find asparagus quite handy, not for telling the future, but for telling the past. Asparagus quite handy for that. You can always smell it on your piss.
Oh, brilliant! 15 minutes in, we've already talked about Jay's sex life and Vlad's piss, which I think is a better.
And the Prime Minister's alleged domestic abuse. It's the festive special.
If there was ever a time to move on, then I think this is it. Of course, everyone, please keep those comments and likes coming in. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Please spread the love by giving us a share, giving us some comments, and we will read out all of the best ones. Thank you very much to JC Spade, Richard Williams, and of course, Kirsty Shields, who's in the future watching us on Christmas Day. But looking at the present, very exciting, we have got two fantastic acts. The first one that I'm going to introduce, it's a genuine pleasure. He's a hug of a human, a very, very, very funny man, and he's been the support act for Eddie Izzard, Russell Kane, Stephen K. Amos, and Norman Lovett. Before I get anything else wrong, just have a look of him in action.
But I get on interesting gigs, you see. About 4 years ago, I did a gig in a maximum security prison for the criminally insane. I know. I stood next to a cannibal in the food queue, a guy called Peter Bryan. He started to eat someone whilst he was in Broadmoor. That's the name of the prison, right? And it was an agent-patient rehabilitation. Now, I'm not judgmental, right? But how do you rehabilitate a cannibal? Tofu? I stood next to a cannibal and I was absolutely terrified, and I sort of recognised it, Peter Bryan, and I jumped off the stage, which is about this high. They just carried on heckling, "You're fucking shit!" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but I've never brutally murdered anybody." And I didn't say that because we were told when we arrived, don't say anything that will remind them that they're in Broadmoor, which meant "Good evening, Broadmoor" was out of the question. Hey guys, like, you know when you're having sex with a woman and she's consented? Hey, what's that all about? I stood next to a cannibal and the woman in charge, she walked behind the curtain, right? The first thing she said was, "Well, that wasn't very good, was it? You swore to that it provoked them." I said, "Look, I'm really sorry, I tried my best." "Well, there's no need to swear. I mean, you know that we could have booked a magician instead of you." I was going to provoke them more. Me saying fuck, or a man sawing a woman in half. I was terrified. I'm stood in Broadmoor. I've just spoken to Peter Bryan, the cannibal, in the food queue. And then the woman in charge, with no sense of irony, is stood at the back of the room, signaling to me to stop. I'm going like this. And then this guy stood up, and I want to do it justice. He stood up and he went, "Sane men in the insane world, your sanity, brother." That's what he said, that's not how he said it. I'm going to recreate it now. He said it like this. "Sane man in the insane world, your sanity, brother. It means nothing to me! Nothing to me!" Now that is a very tricky heckle. had the best tackle ever because someone in Broadmoor shouted out, "Eat him, Peter."
It really is a pleasure to introduce our first pair of guests, actually. The marvellous Matt Price, who you saw there, and by his side, his better half, Martha McBrier. So, Matt Price and Martha McBrier.
Oh,
Brilliant.
hang on.
Hey,
Hello.
guys, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, what, Matt? If I wasn't feeling cold enough already, seeing that video from that boiling hot theatre tent in Perth, Australia, has made me realise just how cold it is here.
Well, Martha,
It's one of my favourite stories that you do. I can listen to it God knows how many times. So how are you guys doing? You've got asparagus to see.
I'm getting nothing off this. Absolutely nothing. Not royalty, not anything. And I'm vegetarian. I've got a connection with green stocky veg, and I am getting absolutely fuck all.
I think the problem, Martha, is vegetables can recognise Scottish people immediately.
I know, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. They think, wow,
Yeah.
I'll have no connection with this person. You are
Because
veggie.
yes, I am. But
Me too. We are the only two vegetarians from Scotland.
there you go. And I'm sure you and I probably fulfill our healthy requirements, 10 veg a year.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
And all of them are turnip.
Yep, pumpshy.
Don't you?
Miss
You guys,
Christy said hello.
you lived together
Hello,
before.
Christy.
Yeah, Christy's watching. She's watching every
And Basil, someone said hello as well.
10 o'clock in the morning or
And there
whenever.
was a lady from Glasgow also who was on.
Yeah.
There was
Oh,
a few
God,
people.
I'm going to cry. If Scottish people come in, I'm going to start crying.
And
We
Yeah,
can't
you
get
have
up
to
the
watch
road.
So you guys, you've been together in lockdown, but you've been together how many years now?
It's a trick question.
It is.
No,
There are trick
It's
questions.
a trick question for Matt because he doesn't know the correct answer.
I
The
do.
correct answer is
Hang on. Sorry, the Wi-Fi is a bit dodgy, I'm afraid. It's not working in the way it should be. 16 years it's been, McBrier.
16
God,
years.
yeah.
16 years. It's been good.
1-6,
All
yeah.
right, 1 6.
Yeah.
1 and 6.
Yeah.
16. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And
Like
the
a bingo call, isn't it?
last 9 months have seemed like 17 years.
I've enjoyed it.
Have you? Yeah, because that's the thing. Because both
With
of
plenty
you,
of vegetables.
both of you work in comedy.
Of course, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, and so I guess this must be in that 17 years you've been together, 16 years. This must possibly be the longest time you've actually spent together, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I know it is with me.
Actually, the Edinburgh Fringe is usually the longest time we're together
That's true.
because the rest of the year we hardly see one another.
I said
And
that.
then we're together at the Fringe. So we generally have 3 long weeks of bliss
Mm-hmm.
in a year.
Right.
And this year we've had 9 long months and it's been fabulous.
Amazing.
Yeah, because
That's exactly how we rehearsed that earlier.
because I'm away a lot, and in the 23 years that we've been together, I don't think my wife and myself have ever spent this amount of continuous time together. And in order to spice things up, she bought me an elf costume.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, Matt and I have very different needs in bed.
All right.
And he is always far too cold and I'm always far too warm. We are the Jack Sprat and his wife of temperature.
Yeah.
So the secret to a happy, blissful relationship is 2 different quilts or duvets, as English people call them.
Yep, different
All right.
togs.
Or French, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a high tog.
Yep.
You've got a low tog.
Yeah.
And look how
Or-
fucking happy we are together. Look,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Working
Yeah.
all right.
All
or a
about the
single
togs.
electric blanket.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So where is home now? Where have you guys been for the last 9 months?
Here.
Here.
Where? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good. But where is here?
More specifically,
Yes. Here.
more
Yes.
specifically,
Here.
that London. We live in that London. We
London.
have done since 2010,
Yeah.
and we live in Wimbledon.
Lindsay Watts.
Oh, Lindsay! Oh, I'm waving to nothing. So we live in Wimbledon, and we love it very much.
We do.
And yeah, I do miss going home. I'm sad not to be in Scotland this year, and I've had wee babies born in my family because
I
they
was going
keep
to say, I
reproducing,
didn't realise how many wee babies.
and I'm missing all the milestones, like the first swear word and
Cunt.
Yeah.
gutted.
You're a cunt. Do my time.
You really have to be there to get that first swear
You're a
word.
cunt.
You really have to be there, bang on the minute they first start talking.
It's precious.
Those precious
It's precious. You never get it again.
No, it's true.
So, apart from doing stuff, what do you guys find to actually occupy yourselves? I've found it incredibly time-consuming doing nothing for the last 9 months.
It's an art form, isn't it? Doing nothing.
It is.
But I find, like most things, practice. You know, the more you
Yeah.
practice, the better you get at
Yeah.
doing Sweet FA. That's it. That's simple. Just simple. Just start off with a couple of hours a day of mind-numbing tedium, and it builds.
Yep.
Before you know it, you can waste 12 hours just gone bang, just like that.
For example, I like to make
I know.
lists.
Mm.
So I'll say to
Right.
Matt, you've got some sitting down you haven't finished.
Mm.
You want to get on with that. Get ahead of it.
Mm.
Maybe do some sitting in your arse in advance of tomorrow. You know, so lists, isn't it?
It's lists.
lists.
It's an itinerary.
For us.
of
Yeah,
joy.
list,
Yeah.
scratch pause.
The
Go to
moment it feels
toilet.
like you're a rapper and I'm just the guy in the band going, yeah, every now and again. But I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, Mark, the last time we
We
saw
do like
each other
rap, has
We do,
actually.
actually.
was in Australia, wasn't it? We didn't know what the hell we were coming home to.
Yes, it was. No,
Because
absolutely
we were
not. No,
in-
and you're right. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of scary because we discussed staying out. Well, me and the Cornish boys discussed staying over there, of course. But look what I won. You know, I couldn't not come home.
Oh,
I did say stay as long as you like.
And I said no because I
Supportive.
Yeah, we
adore
know
you.
what
I'll
that
come
means.
back to you. To vegetables and lists.
Yeah,
That's what I want to come back home to.
I was just grateful I didn't get stuck halfway.
There's a bit of a delay in there.
brilliant. This is like
That
watching Gogglebox. This is like watching Gogglebox. This is
Did you
brilliant.
get any of that?
It is like watching Gogglebox when they're not quite sure what they're watching.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We don't quite know what's going on. We've got one earpiece between the two of us.
You right, and you get 4 ears between the two of you.
Exactly.
So,
Well, no, because Martha's deaf in one ear, so we've got 3 ears.
Already
I like to
3
make it,
years.
aren't I?
What was the question?
I said we've got 4 ears, but we've only got 3 ears.
Yeah. Actually, probably 2.8 functioning listening devices.
Mm.
To be my ears are fucked. So it's very tragic.
Yeah, that's the medical term, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like Lynn Ruth Miller all over again. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we know what happens. Now, the plan was, Matt and Martha,
That's what Alex
We
Petty
were-
That's what I mean. That's what he wrote. Right.
Ah,
yeah,
That was the joke.
yeah.
I
That's
know.
quite funny
Yeah.
now to
Right.
see.
Now you can see
Right.
what the joke is.
Yeah.
I know. It's good, isn't it?
Some things are funny written
the plan
down.
was,
Aye.
Yeah.
Yep. plan was here, we were
I
going
think
to
we
play a
should do
game
mixed
with you guys. Play which is a tribute to an old TV program I remember seeing in the 1970s, 1980s. I don't know, did you guys ever
Mind Your
watch
Language?
Mr. and Mrs.?
Classic.
No, not many. We could do.
Yeah.
Classic.
Good. I'm glad it's not Mind
Mr.
Your
and Mrs.
Language.
Jay Sodagar is going to host this. I'm not sure technically how this is going to work, but let's fucking give it a go. We're going to find out how much you know about one another. So Jay's, that's the title of the game, Mrs. and Mr.
Okay. Well,
so let's,
how
much
about
you guys
this
know
as a
about
suggestion?
Jay?
Beautiful. This is it. Just so we don't get sued in copyright. It's Mrs. and Mr. Just to make it very clear. It's not Mr. and Mrs. That's
Ooh.
Mrs. and Mr.
Mrs. and Mr.
The gale.
No, it's good. That means you're in charge.
Bless you. You two are such a beautiful couple. You really, really are. It's amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one of you in isolation.
We're nice
now,
people.
We don't have isolation here. We've got a toilet.
Okay.
We've got a loo. One of you can disappear. So
Martha can put a finger in her ear like that.
That's true.
Do you want me to go?
I don't mind. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Do you want to go? You can go. You can get tea, and then
I'm going to go and make some soup, actually. So
I want
happy to.
asparagus soup.
Yeah.
You actually make asparagus soup.
Fennel and fennel and celeriac.
Beautiful. Beautiful. A vegetarian.
I predict that's going to work out very well, actually.
Oh, beautiful.
That's a vegetarian.
Oh, yeah, we're going for it tomorrow. No
Brilliant.
animals made in the
So, let's do this.
That's
So
Beautiful.
Martha, the lovely lady.
I
if you
think you're
disappear-
going. I think you've got to
3
go,
minutes.
Martha.
Disappear for about 3
You need to go now, Martha.
That's
Okay.
you. That's you.
Shout.
Oh, that's
I will shout you. Don't you worry.
Oh, that is so sweet. Right, Matt. Now, hopefully you know how the
Yes.
game works. I ask you about 3 questions or so about Martha, and then
Yes.
when Martha comes back,
Mhm.
you disappear. I'll ask the exact same 3 questions to Martha about you, and then when you both come
Okay.
back, we shall discuss your answers and see what happens. All right, and the winner gets an extra stick of asparagus. Okay, the winner gets an extra stick. of asparagus.
Fantastic.
Will I write the answer down?
Brilliant. Perfect.
Yes, brilliant. Vlad, write the answers down. There you go. Cool. Where's
Okay.
my glamorous assistant
Mhm.
there? Glamorous assistant in an elf costume. This is it. Here's what you could have won. Beautiful.
Brilliant.
So, Matt,
It's working.
Matt,
This
here
is
we go.
good.
Question one.
While I go get my pen.
Oh, yeah. Question one. I'll have a pen here. Question one, right? What is it about you that annoys Martha
Question 1.
the most? Brilliant. Fantastic. This is the best thing ever. They've disappeared. Sky is shit, isn't it? Sky is
Right,
shit.
that is
That's it.
their internet.
The first question I asked was, what does Matt do that annoys Martha? And apparently he just disappears.
Yeah.
Just like that.
I think it might be
What
unplugging.
is it that
or
annoys
unplugging
Martha
the
about me
Yeah.
the most?
Oh, we're back. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it that annoys Martha about you? What do you do?
What do I do? I don't think I do anything, to be honest with you. I don't think I think genuinely there's nothing that I do that annoys the woman.
Nothing
I don't.
is the
I'm-
answer.
Nothing.
I'm a good
Right.
person.
Beautiful. Question two.
There's nothing.
Written that down.
Well, nothing. Nothing. Yeah.
Question two. What is it that Martha does that annoys
Yep.
you the most? Here we go again.
She loses things.
She loses things.
Loses things.
She loses things.
Go.
All right. Right. Now,
She loses things.
the critical question.
Right.
What was the first thing Martha said to you when you first met, apart from hello? You remember all those years back.
Okay. Hopefully
How
you
romantic
can
was
still hear me.
it? Yes, I can hear you. This is the best edition of Goggle Books ever. So cool.
Good. I'm glad.
What was the first thing that Martha said to you, apart from hello?
Yes, look.
Good.
The first thing she said to me, apart from hello, was I really like I like carrots in lentil soup.
Right.
I
Okay.
like carrots and lentil soup. Beautiful. Excellent answers there, my friend. Excellent answers. Let's bring Martha back.
That's exactly what she said. Wisps. Okay. Martha. They want to speak to you now.
This is
Do I have to
quite
get
This is
to
not
fuck
like
now? I
Golden
think.
Street, does it, Jay?
I think
What's
I have to
that? Yeah.
leave now.
the slick production values we have on this show. It's amazing. Oh, the beautiful Celeria.
You can put down the knife.
I get nothing off that either. Psychically.
When you hold up the knife, I can predict the future.
Beautiful.
Right, I'm going now.
Yes. Beautiful.
I think that's part of the game.
A round of applause for Matt as he leaves.
Am I meant to be going or not? I don't know. Ask Jay.
Yes.
You're not
To go,
going
Jay.
here.
You really suit a beard, Jay.
I
You
know,
really do.
I
You
know.
really suit a beard. How do you not grow a beard?
I don't know, my love. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I don't want to get into why I don't grow a beard. What a weird time to ask that. It's not good, is it?
Dave's nice with the beard as well.
Do you want me to get Sodergaard up? Is that what you're saying?
No,
I mean, he's a
I'm
nice
just
man. I like
saying,
him, but
I am just saying the guy suits a beard.
it doesn't mean that I'm going to suit a beard, does it?
Oh Christ! Don't turn it into something.
It's not a game of guess who, is it? Has he got a beard? Aye, well, he would, but can he grow one?
That better not be a question, by the way. And
Would
if
you?
you've said no, she doesn't want a beard when you know full well.
Jay, just make it 2 questions instead of 1. Okay? I love you.
It was a wee song.
I'm going to make some lentil soup now. Anyway,
Pop the shallots.
I'm going to make some lentil soup. Don't know what's going to be in them. But anyway.
Beautiful.
No idea.
Awesome. This is what happens when you have 2 comedians. This is awesome. Bless you. Martha, can you hear me, my love? Can you hear me,
Yes,
my
I
love?
can.
Oh, you're beautiful, lovely. So, what we're going to do is
Yes,
we're going to ask
I
you the same 3 questions. We're going to do the same 3 questions as we asked Matt, all right? And my glamorous assistant, Vlad, will write down the answers, all right? So, question number 1.
Yeah.
What is it about you? What is it about Matt that annoys you?
How long do we get? Is there like a clock? Does it count down, or have I got to just
say it, the first thing that comes in.
What is it that annoys? The fact that I've always got to correct him really on everything. But other than that, nothing.
Nothing.
Other than that, nothing. Yeah.
Write that down. Nothing. Lovely. Question
Well
number 2.
done. That is the right answer.
Correct. That was it. Question number 2. Now we asked Matt, what is it about you that irritates or annoys Matt?
Okay.
First thing.
There's 2 potential answers here. One is absolutely nothing, and the other is that I lose things all the time he believes.
Wow. Which one are you going
Correct. Yes,
Which one are you
correct.
going for? You're losing things.
He would have
Beautiful.
said, because he'd be like that, I better not make out that she's too perfect. Yeah.
Final question. You're doing so well. You've done 2 out of 3 so far. Let's get 3 out of 3. You're such a beautiful couple. Now, what was the first thing?
Chop them fine. Sometimes quite gung ho.
What was the first thing, apart from hello, that you said to Matt when you first met?
Apart from hello. I said most of it with my eyes, and I can't remember.
Right, well, there
I
we
might
go.
have said.
Having internet
Have I
issues.
to do something now or what?
There you go.
Let's-
We are going to move swiftly along here
Yeah.
because we have got quite a lot to pack into the show still. We are trying to get a friend of ours to be number one this Christmas. So if you want to help with getting a single to be number one on Christmas, is the marvellous Cunt and the Gang. They've got a new single out. If you buy it between now and midnight, we can hopefully get them to number one and hopefully get Boris out of number 10. So here's how you do it. Here's how the link is to you can actually buy the Cunt and the Gang special Christmas single.
Boris Johnson is a sausage roll, he's a sausage roll, he's a sausage roll. Boris Johnson is a sausage roll, he's a sausage roll. Yes, he's a sausage roll. Boris Johnson is a sausage roll, he's a sausage roll, he's a sausage roll. Boris Johnson is a sausage roll, he's a sausage roll. Yes, he's a
Yes.
There you go. That was the marvellous Cunt and the Gang with the cleaned up version of Boris Johnson
I
is a
think we
fucking
won.
cunt, which we hope is going to be number one at Christmas. Right, what the scores in the rows there, Martha? You got 2 out of 3. So well done, you. We are moving on to our penultimate round of this, and this is on the Boris Johnson theme. It is called Bashing the Boris. So, Dave, Martha, and Matt, and Jay, you have 1 minute each to say what you would like to do, what pain you would like to inflict non-fatally on Boris Johnson. I was outvoted at the production meeting about this. Yes, you're surprised. We have production meetings in this show. And I wanted the phrase non-fatal taken out the question, but apparently no, that's going too much. So, yeah, what would you do to inflict pain non-fatally on the Prime Minister, starting in the top left-hand corner with Mr. Jay Sodagar?
Right.
Jay,
Cool.
you
Now,
have 60 seconds.
60 seconds to non-fatally bash Boris. Now, I think Boris is a wanker. He's done all sorts of naughty things. So I think to really inflict pain on Boris, I think he should have his skin bleached so he looks Asian. He should wear a burqa just so everyone else can call him a letterbox. And I think he should be pregnant, and Carrie Simmons should beat fuck out of him. That's what I reckon. And that way, it's calm. The world goes round, and that's how it is. And then Carrie Simmons could then become Prime Minister. There you go. And he'll be the first lady. So that would be.
I personally would make a move to Glasgow.
Nice.
Move to Glasgow, yes.
The non-fatal bit would get taken out of the question. Right, Martha, what would you like to do to subject Boris Johnson to pain, humility, and whatever? You have a minute.
Okay. You have to understand that you should never trust anyone whose hair is reprehensible. And I would beat Boris Johnson incessantly with a pishy tie. And the pish would be the collective urine of every other diverse community and nurses. And I would beat him until he screamed, "Do you know what? I'm just a total fud." And then, and only then, would I release him into the wild, naked, to fend for himself. And I mean that humanely.
From the vegetarian.
Great, Martha, you're in the lead this round, Matt.
Okay,
right.
I just
You're up there.
I would dress him as a giant fish and chuck him in French waters. The end. Nothing else. Fuck him. Let him drown. Let him drown. That's it. Like that. Yeah. Prick. Dickhead. Then I'd resuscitate him, and then I'd shove this mini Christmas tree up his ass. That's what I would do. Okay, then I'd get my laptop, I'd fold it up, and I'd smack him over the head with it, and I'd go, Boris, you're a prick, repeatedly over and over again. And then I would sing Boris Johnson is a cunt, because over and over again, to see if I could get it to #1 next year, and the year after, and the year after that. And then if that failed, I'd get the asparagus out, and I'd set my missus on him. Wanker. So there we go. That's what
I'm sexually aroused.
Oh, we're not going there. Let's not go there, please. Not again. Not again.
Like
Great.
the
Just made it.
over Christmas.
We
Finally
just made a sex tape. Wonderful.
Finally, Dave Shorter, what we do.
I mean, the short answer would be I'd just be introducing him to Matt Price. I think that's all I need to do, and then it's all done and dusted. But I think my novel idea would be, I don't know if you've heard that phrase, death by 1,000 paper cuts. What I would do is I would take every single page of that 2,000-page document that he's just shoddily taken, that is pretty much Theresa May's deal, and I would take every single page and give him a paper cut in a different place, whether that's under the armpits, in between the fingers, in between the toes, and on the rectum, and that wouldn't kill him, but it would be very painful.
And then put some salt and pepper on him. That would be good.
Brilliant.
I think what Dave said then was so X-rated.
If I am going to have...
I wonder if Boris is watching.
If I don't have to choose a winner at this... yeah. He didn't watch after week 1, Matt.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I think again the winner of that was Martha. 2 rounds in a row. We're going to head on to the final game of the show. Mr. Dave.
Yeah, this is the Christmas fairy atop of the Christmas tree. So basically, this is the mass tasker. There it is. If it's in any way similar to any TV show that was on Dave, that is on Channel 4, then that is completely coincidental, and it's your fault for thinking that, not our fault for coming up with it. Now, if you haven't seen Mass Tasker before, the whole idea of Mass Tasker is I give you different challenges to do, all based on a mask. Now, this week's is the best Christmas decorated mask. So the most Christmas decorations on a mask. And you know what? I'm going to start with the person that looks the most Christmassy out of everyone. Mr. Vladimir McTavish, you are first with the Mask Taster Challenge. How many decorations can you get on your mask?
Here we are. Here's a mask.
Nice mask.
Well,
nice mask.
I'm going to start with getting one under my mask. That's a kind of thing there.
Ooh.
So, oh, fuck. Yeah. What? No, I might get rid of this. Get that outside the mask, right? Yeah, yeah. I have got a bubble, which should be in here. I have got a loop. And bit of tinsel, bit of fake wool, and one of them things that looks like a little horn. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well done. I mean, I saw a very similar thing once in a sex shop in Soho. Coming up next, we've got the wonderful Jay Sodergaard do your Mask Taster Challenge. How many decorations can you get on your mask?
Just before I start, I when Vlad was doing his thing in the bauble, I just remembered Pulp Fiction. That was such a cool film. I feel like I want to watch it again. I really do. Now, I've gone a bit Christmassy this year, obviously. So we've got baubles. Obviously, we've got baubles because well, they look like bollocks, don't they? So here we go. So I'm going to put one of them on here, right? One of them on there, and one of them on over here, right? Obviously, I've got a beard. Thank you, Martha. I look very, very kind of. Hopefully, I try and look like George Clooney, but I'm trying to get some Christmas gigs. So I've got the beard, right? That's going to go on. And I've got a carrot. But it has to go in the mask. So here goes. Right, so let's put that on over there. And then shove the carrot in there. There you go. Good.
Very good. I mean, it's not really George Clooney, it's more George Michael, but we do appreciate it anyway else. Coming up next, we've got Martha. Martha, what's your mask task? Putting the most decorations on your mask.
Okay, I approached this task in a very particular way.
Yep.
Because I didn't want to do it. So what I did was I decorated my mask with my negative COVID test, which came the other day when I was exposed to the virus by a total cunt. And I have decorated it with little images of the virus. How festive can you get?
Not more festive, but I still think it's brilliant. Matt, what is your Christmas decorated mask?
Well, I took a different approach to this simply because I didn't want to do it. I actually exposed someone to the virus the other day. She thought I was a total... Yeah, keep up. That was actually quite witty. That was quite a good callback. That was. Come on. I'm one of the better acts in my price range. And basically, if you have a look at that, I've got that. Now, you probably think, hang on, that's a bit of a shit mask. Not really. I actually haven't had COVID with that. As a penguin on the front of it, because my spouse here, my other half, who the first thing you ever said to me was, I fucking love carrots and lentils, by the way. She hates penguins. So if I was infected, I could just ward her off with one penguin. Look how scared she is. Look. You see, pick up
Brilliant.
that knife and I'll disarm you.
You know what? I kind of think that we went for the sort of car boot sale approach with Vlad. With Jay, I quite like that we went for. It was almost erotic. Matt's was, to be honest, the COVID thing. I'm not cool with that. So I think Martha, you have won our absolute prize. You get a yacht in the Med. Well done to you for going to the pain and effort of decorating your COVID mask with a wonderful negative test.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. Oh,
I have won all the shit tonight. I'm so proud.
Well, we are
Yeah,
all
I'm proud of
winners
you as
here.
well.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
You're a good
everyone,
person.
for joining us. A couple of things that we always like to do before we wrap up the show is Matt and Martha, what would you like to plug? Martha, what have you got to plug? Brilliant stuff. It's great.
Absolutely.
I'm going to ask. Great. Same question to Matt.
absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. No, I've
Brilliant. Well,
hang on. I'm not
Can
joking.
I
Hang
plug
on.
Matt's podcast?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You do it.
We'd both like to plug my podcast, which is conversationswithcriminals.com, and that's criminals from all over the world. Or maybe Boris Johnson should be on there. but no, you know, there's criminals. Hashtag not that far away. Really. By Boris Johnson is a.
I think that's fucking cunt. Babe, before midnight.
I just
tonight.
saw more stars in that than I've had on my poster in many, many years, to be honest with you. A little bit envious. I mean, so it was get it to Xmas #1. Yeah, all right. Well done. Big fan.
so you can find Matt's podcast, Conversation with Criminals. I can tell you it is a genuinely brilliant.
It's a
Listen.
great piece of work. It's brilliant. It's very good, actually. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm very good at interviewing. I've got a natural ability for it that that you wouldn't expect. I've got a real talent for it, and I think in many ways it's ahead of its time. I think it's ahead of its time.
Spotify, you can get that on the App Store. You can get that on all your brilliant
everywhere.
places.
You
So,
can go.
very-
You can. you can go to the website and you can look on it. I'm just being a prick and just talking now, just for the sake of it. I know you're trying to wrap up. That's why I'm doing it.
You've done
I'm
it
just
for about
talking.
54 minutes, so it's not going to change now. Matt and Martha, thank you so much for
Thank you
doing
very
this.
much.
A wonderful thank you to Vladimir.
You were
McTavish.
better.
Thank you to Jay Sodergaard. It is free to watch. It's not free to do. So please donate.
You
the link
were
is
great.
below. All of our donations go back to trying and making the show, because obviously a lot of time and effort goes into this. Please do donate. Recommended donation for each patron is £5 per person. If you can't afford that, anything that you can give, we would readily recommend. Thank you so much for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas. And you know what? We will see you this time next week for our New Year's Eve piss up. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.